society today, we are being attacked constantly with inauthentic conversations. Fakeness, trying to look cool, trying to be somebody we're not. That is why the Damn Dude podcast is here to have the authentic conversations that need to be had in a way that will make you think and say, Damn Dude. Damn Dude.
Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? What is good? Welcome to the Damn Dude podcast.
Damn Dude.
This is season 3, episode 11, and that makes 224 episodes in the books. Yeah, dig? That's pretty fucking cool, actually. Hold on, sorry. Something sounds weird with my audio again. It's like every other time something strange happens to it, and it sounds different. Okay, I think that sounds all right. Anyways, how you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a beautiful, beautiful day, evening, morning, whenever you're listening to this. And, I guess I should say, welcome to the Damn Dude podcast. This is a show where we have the conversations that need to be had in a way that'll make you think and say, damn, dude. You know what I mean? We're here to help educate, entertain, and make an impact on the different contexts and perspectives that we have. Because I truly believe that the more access we have to different contexts and perspectives, the easier and smoother and just fucking doper life is. So, with that being said, I would like to set an intention real quick. And I would like to say that anybody listening to this show, I wish you absolute divine and beautiful blessings from the source of all divinity, which provides all goodness in life. So I wish that upon you all. I wish that upon this show. I wish that upon every person you encounter throughout your life for as many times as possible. With that being said, I feel like this episode has a lot of different topics, which is kind of weird, but they kind of all tie together. I just drew on myself. Which all kind of tie together at the same time. But I was, this episode's kind of all over the place. You know what happened? It's not all over the place so much, but I realized that a lot of times when I write my episode out, I don't write it out, I just write a bunch of bullet points. And that's what I recommend to do if you're going to start a podcast and there's specific ideas you want to talk about. The bullet points is kind of the best way to just cue your brain up for the next thing you're going to talk about, right? Because if you're sitting there reading sentences, then it throws you off and you sound weird and it's choppy sounding and the energy just flows differently because it definitely sounds different from when you read versus you're just speaking openly. So, I was thinking, I don't know where to start with this episode because it all ties together, but I feel like there should be a specific order that we talk about this in. Otherwise, it's going to be weird. Okay, let's go here. So I guess something that I'm realizing and feeling and experiencing is that what you guys are witnessing and what I'm witnessing is going to be one of the greatest creations, or depending what context you're looking at it from, could be comebacks ever made. I really cannot just settle for some basic stupid shit, even though I'm faced with not being able to keep paying for this tiny 625 square foot apartment. That's just the reality of shit right now, and so be it. And at the same time, I still see and declare and envision and will have my divine prosperity delivered to me through that which is all good and creates life in a beautiful way. Because I realized that I'm like, dude, this is the story. Like right now, I'm living in the midst of the story. And if you're going through anything right now, you are too. You know what I'm saying? If you went through something hard, if you went through a tough breakup, a tough job situation, or all of the above, like it's like, fuck, dude. Like for me, it's like I've got financial issues. I've got fucking bills issues, like you know what I'm saying? Like trouble making money right now, trouble with bills, trouble with fucking, just fucking being able to do cool shit, being able to provide. Like it's like extra hard right now. And I realize that it's okay because I have to be okay with nothing and shit falling apart at the same time as when everything's on and cracking. And what I mean by that is not this like extreme, like one way or the other. It's like more so finding the happy medium between absolute rock bottom shit that somebody would consider it and absolute top of the top succeeding and flourishing with luxuries, right? Because there is a commonality between, and I feel like which can kind of teleport you from one to the other, shift you from one to the other by just declaring it, tapping into this information, right? It's like, are you not willing to believe that there is some source of goodness that exists in the world? And if so, where does it come from? And why can we not talk to it or pray to it or meditate to it or think about it or have conversations about it or just delve into that ideology or, you know what I'm saying? Like, why isn't that like a normal thing that we do and talk about, right? Excuse me. So that leads me to the next thing, which is like, dude, there are literally laws of prosperity. The same way there's laws of physics, there's laws of numbers and laws of mechanics and laws of gravity, relativity, whatever the fuck, right? Like whatever there's laws of. And there are laws of prosperity. And I'm like mind blown to find out. I think I'm 37 right now. I'm 36 or 37. I think 37. And I'm just now learning that these are even things. And I'm like, why the fuck didn't anybody teach me or tell me about this or tell me that this should be interesting or like that these are even laws, right? It's like if you do these things, then this happens. If you don't do these things, then this happens. And it's not like an exact answer, but you can pretty much sum up life pretty simply. Like if I were to sum up life in a way to where a child understands it, like all of life, excuse me. It's like you have good and bad. You have life, or not even good and bad. Sorry, that's terrible. No, that's not what I meant. I don't mean that at all. That kind of just came out as a automatic word. Anyways, that all of life is life or death, and or another interpretation could be love or fear, dark or night, and I guess you could say good or bad. I choose not to say good or bad because it creates unhealthy thinking patterns. Anyways, it's like, oh, well, everything comes down to life or death. Did you live or are you dead? Right? It's like if you boil everything you're scared of happen, like if you were to boil everything down and you were to consider everything that scares you in life or stresses you, the point is that at the end of the day, that you're still alive. You see what I'm saying? It's not about like all this other shit. Like life is truly about life or death. It's not about bills and taxes and this and that. Like, yes, that is part of it because that's part of the constructs of the reality that we've constructed and built as human beings. And at the same time, we have the ability to fucking create life how we want. So if that's the case, then why not study these laws of prosperity and attract that to us, which is good and healthy, from the source of which is good and healthy? And this is what I'm learning in the laws of prosperity is that, like, dude, you can literally like tap into this. And how I describe it is like, how this really relates for me and how I described it before is that, like, okay, like when you guys hear me talk about the fabric of life, we've got the fabric of life, which is that which exists in between and exists in layers and depth. So, for example, like between, well, even you guys hearing me speak through your audio equipment is like magic, because just a signal and I'm fucking in your ear all of a sudden, right? Like, isn't that crazy? So here's the thing is like, that's one, like if you're listening to this through like Spotify or iTunes or whatever you listen to it through, this is one weaved fabric of life, which you guys are like, I weave the so how I like to think of this is like, I weave the fabric of this show. I created this show. I weaved my own blanket, right? This is the metaphor for this show, is like, or for whatever you're going to create. I weaved this blanket, and this is the fabric of life that I created, right? So it's like I took nothing out of thin air and I made something out of it just by speaking and recording it. So this is me creating and weaving my fabric of life and then passing it on so you guys can hear it. So I created this fabric of life. Then there's the means of like Apple or iTunes or Spotify or whatever. That's another fabric of life, which somebody else created. And in turn, I can travel my fabric and blanket or whatever I created down their fabric of life to reach you, to then help you create whatever fabric of life you want to create. So now you can weave whatever lifestyle you want. So this is the thing, is like, this is some all like deep shit and some like metaphysical type shit, but this is like what that stuff is about, right? So a lot of times people who will try and do like plant medicines and stuff like that, or get into spirituality and meditating and that world of things, get lost in the sauce and they completely lose touch of reality. And then it's like they just come to, well, what is real? And it's like, okay, that's a cool question to ask, but there are things that are factually, tangibly, measurably real. Like if you slam your face into the floor, that's real. Thinking about getting your face slammed into the floor is not the same. You know what I'm saying? But what's interesting is you can imagine the pain of how it feels without actually slamming your face into the floor if you think about it hard enough, which is fascinating. So that's the thing, is like we can kind of train our brains to do whatever. So I think when you can kind of play in this parallel, this interim of what exists in between us, which it's like, what is depth? How do we agree that depth is a thing? Like depth perception, right? Like something, this is farther than that. This is the end of this cliff. It's 3D, not 2D or however that is, right? Like, what is depth and why do we agree that it's a thing? Well, it's because that is one fabric of life that's been weaved, and that in turn gives us depth. So if you get what I'm saying, you're probably like, holy shit, right? Like,
Damn, dude.
So this is what's crazy too, is like, from what I've discovered is that, so if you're into any of the spiritual stuff at all, or like, I don't know, whatever, this either is going to be like, well, obviously, of course, or whatever, or like, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, because it's like plant medicines can take you to this other realm, which is essentially like your dream world. And within your dream world, the shit that occurs there is real because you can wake up and think about it and you've just experienced it. So whether your body physically was there or not, that dream world exists. And how come all of us agree that dreams are a thing and that there is this world in which dreams exist?
Damn, dude.
So if this dream world exists, why can we not go up there and map what the fuck is going on, right? Like, why can't we go up there and start documenting where we've traveled to and what we've seen? Like, for me, I keep constructing more and more pieces of this place of land that's seemingly in like Mexico or something like this. And like, it's like on the beach and it's this coastline and it's this town. And every single time I go back in my dreams, I can go back and like add on to it. It's the trippiest fucking thing ever. So now I literally have a whole design of this entire city in my brain which I've never seen in my physical life, but in my dreams, I go to this place all the time. So why can I not go up there and play with the fabric of life and learn to interpret what things are? The same way that on Earth here, we can both look at a table and agree that the fabric of life and the construct of this life that we exist on, that this table exists. And we agree that that's a table. You can use this table for whatever the heck you want. You could use it as a chair. You could use it as a whatever, but it's still a table because whoever built it said this is a table. And its primary use and purpose is a table. So if we agree that the fabric of this life is that table, that it's made of wood or glass or metal or whatever your table's made of, we agree that the fabric of this life is that table. The same way we agree that that table is 10 feet away or somebody else thinks it's only 5 feet away. Depth. So now that's another fabric of life to acknowledge that fabric of life. So depth, and it's kind of funny because depth perception, it's like your perception of it. It's not even true. It's just an idea. It's just a concept. But because somebody created the concept, we can now kind of like use that to understand things better and faster and further out, because it's like somebody else already crafted this in their fabric of life. Now I can just automatically use that construct, that bridge, that roadway, that fiber, that thread that they built, and then just travel that and go amongst it. And in the spiritual world, if you're connected to that stuff, basically what a Merkaba is, I don't have it on my table right now, but you guys have seen the Merkaba, the blue, it's pointy on all sides. If you don't know what a Merkaba is, look it up. What I've discovered is that what a Merkaba is, it's our soul, basically. And it's deeper than that, though, because this can be described in a lot of different examples. But this is like, I think of everything and how do you explain it to a child so they understand. So what I've discovered for myself and deducted is that a Merkaba is your soul, and how your Merkaba gets into your body is via from God or stars or heavens or however the heck you interpret that. And it's able to travel through the fabric of life that exists that we can't even see. We call it the stars, the heavens, the in-between, air, breathing, space, right? Wind, like that's sun. That's all the thing, dirt with nature. That's what we call it. But like it's like a Merkaba is your soul, and it's able to travel down and enter and give life. And basically it's like another word for your soul. And here's the thing is like when you can enter, but it's deeper than a soul. It's also a transportation device. Like the same way that if you believe or are willing to subscribe to or try on the idea that your soul comes from another planet and comes down and inhibits your body, then how did it get there? Why did it go exactly to you? Like, why are you you and why am I me? How come you're not me and I'm not you? Why are you you and why you're not your brother? Why are you you and you're not your sister? Right? So it's like, if we think about this, well, it's like, damn, we are all very like purposely who we are, whether we were an accident in this life plane or not. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So what I've learned and what I've seen is that a Merkaba is your soul, and it's also your transportation device, in which it's like when you die, your soul leaves your body. How? How does it do that? Is it just this ghost just floats into the air? No, it's way smarter than that. It's like your Merkaba ascends and it travels up. And this is where ghosts on Earth come from, is where it's like, if they didn't make it and they were just like, it's like trapped souls on Earth is kind of like the idea of it. And it's fascinating because all of this relates back to, like, you can literally pull verses from the Bible and it's just like the exact same thing. And many people have discovered this in their discoveries and learnings and journeys. And I think this is what real spirituality is. I think church is pointing at it, but it's like there's still a lot withheld and things misinterpreted. And I realized in a lot of religion that it's interpreted like the word of God or the Bible is interpreted literally and not metaphorically, when a lot of the Bible is like speaking in metaphors. Like, it gives you the answer, then it gives you a bunch of metaphors for it. Excuse me. So anyway, basically what I'm getting at with all that is, with the laws of prosperity, you can tap into the great fabric of divinity. If it's within your heritage to receive the blessings of divinity, then why not tap into that? So when I put that context on it, and I think about where it even says you should pray for money. It's not the highest form of prayer, but it's something that you should tap into because it's your right to have your daily bread. In order to afford your daily bread, you need to have whatever the fuck that right is, right? And it is your right to have that. It's all of our right to have that. So that's what's fascinating is I used to always think it was bad to pray for money. But I realized I was just taking people's misinterpretations of an interpretation of the Bible, or of the Word of God, I should say, which is people misquote the quote about the love of money. It's like, it doesn't say the love of money is the root of all evil. Whatever that quote is, almost everybody misquotes it. And it's saying that, like, I forget exactly because I need to pull up the exact words to say it properly. I don't want to butcher the whole thing. But anyway, it's like praying for money and finances and well-being and asking for your slice is within your right and is okay and fair. And there's nothing really other than misinterpretations which tell you that that's incorrect. So if you're questioning that, go look it up yourself and read the exact words and look at exactly what it's talking about. Anyway, crazy. That's some deep stuff though, right? So, okay. Oh, hold on. I want to touch on this again real quick. So your Merkaba is your soul. It's just another word for it. It's just like the same way we have different interpretations for all the same shit around the world, right? Like, if your soul is in your body and that's what makes you alive, and if you think about it, what makes it so fun to interact with certain people? Well, it's interesting. Like, if you think about it really, really deep, they're so fun. Well, why are they so fun? They say cool things, they're funny. Okay, but where does that come from? Like, there's always something deeper than that, because you could just say funny words and not be a funny person. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it has to do with your soul and, like, what comes out of your soul and, like, how much love your soul projects out. So it's like your Merkaba, your soul can recognize my Merkaba, my soul, and we can have love for each other or distaste for each other, or whatever, because the recognition of our souls. And it's like, a lot of us just see each other or things at face value. Oh, human, blah, whatever. Or, that guy's a Republican, that guy's a Democrat, this guy's a this, a that, a skater, gangster, whatever, right? Like a lot of times we're just living through the lens of like social construct versus actually listening through an open, receptive, and actively interpreting lens. So, and I think that's what makes the difference between like sheeple and people who actually like think for themselves and can figure some shit out, which is, dude, like, if you're fighting against every fabric of life and that's constructed rather than using them to your advantages, and you're going to be upset and shit's not going to work out. And I realize that's the source of so much of my problems that I've ever had in life, is like, I'm just trying to go against everybody's fabric. And when you're trying to go against everybody's fabric of life that they've created or they believe in, then it's like you're stuck in a web, you're entangled. And it's like, well, shit, the only way I'm not going to be fucking stuck is to like step back, get myself from all this fucking entanglement, and, you know, consider and think about things and zoom out on my life rather than being so zoomed in. and figure out the next plan. So part of this whole plan, I think, in life is that we should tap into the source and goodness of God. Whoa, my fucking mic just got loud again. This is weird. Anyway, that's what a Merkaba is. So if you see it, it's basically sacred geometry, and it's perfectly angled on every side. And if one piece is missing from it, then none of it can exist. It's crazy. Like, maybe I'll use it for the show, a picture of one or something for the show, episode picture or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right bicycle.
Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? Welcome back. So, yo. Oh, that got deep. I wasn't even planning to go there with all that, but fucking cool. Yeah, Merkabas are a fucking trip, dude. It's trippy, dude. There's this video of Nate, my oldest son, where he was a little kid. He's like 6 or something. And he's just explaining Merkabas, like, just out of nowhere, dude. It's the craziest thing. I want to, like, find that video again so badly. It's so good. Yeah, oh, maybe his mom will send it to me. I need to see if she still has it. Anyway. Yeah, I don't like that idea. Oh, man, I'm having trouble breathing. If you're wondering why I keep fat kid breathing, is I am like got some kind of cold, and I'm all like, it's all hard to breathe. But no, you know what's really fucking cool? Like, not that. No, when like, okay, you've got something that you fucking do and you love. Man, I feel all like dark on the camera. How do I get the camera to like refocus? Okay. No, it's like looking at all the wrong focus. Anyway, okay. I look fucking dark as fuck on the camera. No, but like when there's something that you do and you started doing it like later in life and you have so much fun doing it and other people don't really understand like how fun it is or rewarding or what it feels like exactly or anything like that. And then one of your close ass homies or somebody that you hella love or respect or admire starts doing it too. Like for me, a big one is surfing and motorcycling and podcasting. Those are probably like huge ones for me. Like when people start doing those, I'm like, yes, it's so fucking cool, man. Especially if you're like doing it for the right reasons, then it's just extra fucking cool. So I'm thinking about it like, dude, my homie Sebastian started his podcast and he just had his second episode drop yesterday, Wednesday, and it's so fucking good, dude. And I'm just listening to him. I'm like, dude, like, wow. Like, he found his groove so fucking fast. Like, holy shit, man. Like, Sebastian, I'm so fucking proud of you, bro. Like, that's fucking cool. And, like, it's so dope to just think, man. Like, I think about this and it's like, yo, like, I would say Sebastian's like my best homie, like, who really fucking actively supports me and coaches me and guides me and helps me. And, like, we teach each other a lot of shit all the time. And both of us have this belief in each other that's just so, like, fuck yeah, bro. Like, and what I've noticed is that for each other, we see our ideas bigger for each other than we even see for ourselves. So it's like when he says, all right, I'm going to start this, I'm going to do this. I'm like, yes. And I'm like, all right. And I'm throwing like times 10 on it. He's like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, bro, that's what's possible. He's like, fuck, all right. Like, hell yeah. I'm like, why am I going to deny that? You know? And then I go to create something and he fucking throws times 10 on top of mine. And I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, bro, that's what's possible. You're going to do that shit. I'm like, for reals? You're like, yeah, bro, of course. Like, why not? I'm like, oh, yeah, why not? right? Like if you have the choice to, like, weave that fabric of life to fucking create it. And that's what's dope is when you have people who are like actively supportive of your shit, then you're weaving a good fabric of life. You're not sitting there just fucking tangled in somebody else's. So I think it's so cool that, like, not only did he start a podcast, but he also he started to help people. And it's really fucking helpful. Like, go listen to it. Ignite the Spark Within with Sebastian Hernandez. I promise you, if you like this show even like halfway, you'll love his show. Easy. Like, especially if you want it to be a little more buttoned up. Like, Sebastian doesn't talk as wild as I do. Like, I'm more like, fuck this and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's like, you get real raw as fuck from him, but he's more like cleaned up when he speaks. I'm just like, not so much. But yeah, you'll fucking love it. Seriously, go check it out. Go subscribe, leave him a comment. You can actually ask questions to him through Spotify. And I need to learn how to do that on mine because I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't even know how to set that up. So, Sebastian, I got to holler at you if you listen to this episode and figure that out. Because that's fucking cool. And I got to say, Sebastian, if you're listening to this, I'm so fucking proud of you. I know I keep talking about your show every episode, but it's because I really am that hyped. And it gets me so hyped on my own show because I'm like, hell yeah. That must mean, just by default, that me doing this has touched, moved, or inspired you in some way, shape, or form to start yours, which is the coolest fucking thing ever. So that shows that how much how much respect you have for me and what I'm doing, for it to even have the opportunity to be inspiring in some way, shape, or form for you. Damn, dude. So it's so cool. And that's the other thing too. It's like, all right, you're down to start a show. You're down to, it's fucking for helping people. That's what this show's for too. And it's like, how, dude, we just genuinely want to put good into this world. And if you go listen back to like a couple weeks ago, the last episode me and Sebastian did, excuse me, it's just like, you listen to what we're talking about. Like, that's really in our hearts what we want to do, is help people and help the world. And it's like my favorite way of hearing it and saying it is like, I want to be able to help a lot of people, make a lot of money, and have the most fun doing it. Because why not? And that's what I learned and took from David Meltzer. And yeah, that's like exactly quote what he says. And I completely credit him for that. I did not make that up. But that is the context in which I choose to live my life under. You know, and that's what's fascinating, is we have the ability to choose whatever context of life we want. I used to be all about like being anti everything. Like, oh, fuck that, fuck this, you know, anything that, and I'm still kind of like this in a lot of ways, just more responsible now and with a lot more awareness. But it's like, whatever everybody's doing, that's like what I don't want to do. And I realize that's what makes me really cool to a lot of people, or what makes me really annoying to people, is because of that. It's like, I'm not trying to be against anything. I just don't want to do what everybody's doing, because to me that communicates that there's some sort of, I got sold on something. Like, why should I, you know what I mean? Like, I would rather go talk to the creators of this event and figure out how the fuck they got people so excited about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I would rather do. And if you think about it, it's like a lot of times if somebody creates a cool event, the people who created it aren't even running around like, oh, this is so cool. They're like stepped back like, damn, look at this. This is fucking awesome. You know what I mean? It's like such a difference. So as I step back and I look at like the work that I've done, I've made 224 episodes so far, and including this one. And I'm like, wow, that's fucking cool. I just step back and I look at it. I'm like, dude, that's fucking tight. You know, and it's like, you could be a consumer or a creator. And those are kind of like the only two things you could be in America, as a consumer or a creator. You know what I mean? You're either going to go and create the life that you want, or you're going to completely live this like consumer life to where your entire life is consumed by your work. And then all you do is consume entertainment and distractions because you're consumed by your work, and it's just this continuous consuming of life. And on the other hand, we can create life. You can fucking create your social media. You can create your show. You can create your book. You can create your journal. You can create your food, your show, your blog, your fucking cookbook, your whatever the fuck you want to do. Right? Like whatever is cool to you, do that shit, because there's only one you. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, think about if just more of us took things seriously in some different ways, right? I'm not saying to be uptight and whatever. I'm saying like if you took on things that made your life better seriously. Because yeah, it's easy to be like, oh, fuck this and be rebellious and whatever. But it's like, as you grow older, you're going to be like, what was I rebelling against? No, that was so stupid and blah, blah, blah. So it's like the faster you can learn these lessons, then you don't have to you can save yourself a lot of embarrassment. Trust me. So that's the thing is like, when I look back, if I were to die okay, well, hold on. Let's say I post this episode and then I died the moment it fucking uploaded, I would at least have 224 episodes to listen to of the Damn Dude podcast. And that equals at least 200 hours.
Damn, dude.
There's at least 200 documented hours, audio and video, of me speaking and being real as fuck and doing my attempt at making the world a better and doper and more understandable and cooler fucking place. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, dude, it doesn't even take any skills. Like, I don't really have any special fucking skill. Well, okay, that's not true. I can teach babies like a motherfucker, and I can teach adults in the water. Adults and babies in the water, or teaching people surfing or babies surfing, I do that shit. Those are my special skills. But I'm also discovering that my special skills lie within speaking. So, as I speak and share it, it's like, well, hold on. Sorry, not speaking. I should say interpreting, specifically. Because it's like these complex things I'm able to take and make simple. That's all I'm doing. Like, for anybody who, like, it's interesting. My homie brought out Ryan. What up, Ryan? Much love to you, brother. We just have a dope conversation, and he was just, like, telling me, like, he was just giving me cool compliments. And I was like, fuck, bro. Like, thank you, man. I'm like, but, dude, like, now that I'm thinking about it, he's like, I'm trying to, like, get onto how you're thinking and shit, you know? Because he remembers where I came from too. So it's like, yo, like he can see the contrast in how I used to be versus and how I am now. And that's where it's like, dude, I am nobody special by any fucking means. Like, at all. All I'm doing is just consistency. Consistency and simplifying. And looking for how I can help others. And it's like, that's kind of like my overall recipe. Like, that's all I'm trying to do. It's like, if you think the way that I think is cool, the recipe for it is simplify everything so that a child can understand it, filter it through a lens of life or death, and then do it. Like, that's what equals my thinking. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, simplify the idea, filter it through the filter of life or death, and then decide how you feel about it. Like, for me, that's all it took to fucking, like, I mean, I'm saying that like it's very simplified, but that's really the recipe when I boil it all down and I share, is that like, dude, for me, I just simplify. That's it. I'm not trying to make it bigger. I'm trying to make everything smaller. Everything I interpret, I'm just making smaller. And then I filter it through life or death. And it's like, the reason I filter it through life or death, okay, I simplify for the sake of understanding and so that I can teach it to kids and to other people. Because let's say I understand about personal space and I can explain personal space to a kid. If they can understand that, if I can explain it in a way to them to where they can understand that, it makes their life better. So that's why I always, like, I need to do that for myself and I do that for others, especially working with kids and having kids and stuff. So that's what I'm trying to do at all times, is simplify and just speak in absolute layman's terms. And then I filter through life or death. And the reason I filter through life or death is because that's the truth about life, is that you're either alive or you're dead. If you simplify everything in life, you're either alive or dead. And it's like, you can add, like, from that point, then you can add everything else. But if you boil everything down backwards, you're either alive or you're dead. And that's all that it is. So it's like, if you filter, okay, well, will I still be alive after this? Yes. Okay, then I'm going to do it. It's like, if I do this, will I still be alive after it? No. Then I probably shouldn't do it. Like, okay, if I do this, will others be alive? Yes or no? Will I be alive? Yes or no? And it's like, if you're living, then you survived it. And being that we've all survived 100% of everything we've ever gone through, that means we're supposed to be here. And if you're supposed to be here, then you should probably document shit, because this is the real history. If you're going to leave your family legacy, holy shit. If you're going to leave your family legacy up to the news and what they document and how they skew it and fuck things, and they're all incentivized, if you're going to allow that to be your kid's history teacher, you're being very irresponsible and raising kids who are very unaware, and they're not even born yet.
Damn, dude.
So it's like, dude, this is why it's important to try and be better people, so we can have this awareness and pass on goodness. And this is why one of my biggest pieces of advice for anybody is to just start fucking documenting your life in any way, shape, or form, whether it be through music, poetry, making videos, dancing, whatever the fuck you like to do, just document it to some capacity. And, you know, whether it's fucking bird watching or this or that, just document it somehow. It doesn't even matter. Like, the details, whatever, it doesn't even matter. Just document everything, because that's going to be a real life measurement of how far you've came or haven't come. So when I listen back to certain things, I'm like, damn, I was killing it. And then I listen back to other things, I'm like, damn, I was in a fucking hole. And then I listen to other things, I'm like, damn, I could hear myself really like trying as hard as I can. And then it's like, there's just different levels, right? So I find it fascinating that, yo, like, if you died right now, what would you have to leave behind? You know what I'm saying? If you don't have money and fortune to leave behind, which most of us don't at this point, it shouldn't even be the prime goal. It's like, if you can raise kids that are like, can make their own fortune, and you leave them with the skills and the ability, that's what the fuck is up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you died right now, what did you leave behind? Well, for me, if I died right now, I know that I left behind the blueprint for myself and how I interpret life, and how to be happy and overcome depression and just do the work to work through it and be a good person. So this is the foundation that I want to set. And if I die, oh no, not if I die, when I die, then I know I did that shit. And for whoever the fuck else needs to hear that and needs the message when they need it, then I fucking did it. So what are you going to do? You don't have to do this, but do something consistently. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to weave the fabric of your life. That's going to be the legacy of your family. It's going to be the legacy of you. You know what I mean? You have to live for yourself before you can live for anybody else. And it's like, if you don't live for yourself, you end up, and you're like, I live for my kids. You're being an irresponsible parent. And I don't mean that as a diss or to talk shit. I feed my kids. No, I'm not saying all that. What I'm saying is, you're not leading by example. If you live a happy and fulfilled life, your kids will learn how to live a happy and fulfilled life. But until you do that, they just don't know how, unless there's another man or somebody or person or class or whatever to show them. And in turn, they have to suffer and work backwards through it all. Like how I described, there's the life scale that we all live on. Some of us are blessed to start at 0, and some of us start at -100. You know what I mean? And some of us start at positive 100. Some of us start at positive 50, whatever, right? And it's like, whatever you come into, or like whatever environment you come into, I should say, and that's kind of what dictates the life skill that you live on. Because I believe that we all come here as 100% pure and good and like have every opportunity. But at the same time, like that's just part of our life and it's perfect, right? So if our life is just our life, then why not make the best of it by bringing awareness to whatever the fuck we do and just do something and document consistently, because that for some reason equals skills. It's like anybody who says, oh, you're good at podcasting, okay, thank you. And not really, because all I did was just do it a bunch of times. You know what I'm saying? And you can do that too. Anybody has that ability. And this is what's so fun about documenting this all, is because for whatever reason, I'm just conscious and aware of the fact that one day I'll be recording this from my beach house in La Jolla, or from my fucking mountain, my house in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? It's like right now I'm in a 625 square foot apartment that I can't afford, and I'm exiting. I only got a couple more weeks with no plan, and I just believe it. I'm gonna do it. And I'm just appreciating this moment because this place has served me really fucking well. And I've outgrown it. I've overcome it. I'm like, I need to like clear the space. And I think I talked about this on the last episode. I need to clear the space of what I have in order to receive new. And it's easy to just stay comfortable here. I need to put myself in a place of uncomfortableness in order to create some new action. And that's the thing, is like a lot of us as we get older, we're just like seeking comfort. And the more you seek comfort, the more your life gets shitty every single day. So this is why people say like, oh, well, you should get comfortable being uncomfortable. Like that's what that means, is to like continuously do new shit and put yourself in positions to where you have to act. You know what I mean? Because then you're playing with your instincts. You're not playing with, but you're activating them. You're using your natural instincts as a man, as a woman, to fucking be the whole embodiment of power of what it means to be a human being. You know, and it's like when you step into making yourself uncomfortable, you step into love, you step into fucking grit, determination. Like anytime you do anything that's of love, grit, and determination, and it's like you can hate doing it, but you're doing it, so you must love it to some capacity. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. And then once you do it, you're like, fuck yeah, and you're proud of yourself and you feel good. And then all of a sudden, dope results just fucking happen just because you placed yourself in an uncomfortable position, which in turn kind of forces you to get creative and to get new ideas and new shit and make space for new stuff.
Damn, dude.
You know what I mean? So, you know, what are you guys going to leave behind? Like a lot of times people just leave behind like, my grandpa's a good man, da-da-da. And that's great, right? But it's like, what if there was just more of him documented? This is what motivates me so deeply, is that like, what if I could see it? Okay, it's like, and I know I say this a lot, but seriously, and I know you guys would probably want to watch and hear this shit too. But like, dude, literally, my ancestors I'm half Chinese and half Norwegian. My ancestors are like Chinese pirates and Mongols, like all Southside Chinese. And they're kind of more like farm people and just like warrior motherfuckers. And Vikings. Like that's my lineage. And it's like, can you imagine what it would be like to have old recordings of like my fucking like old ancient like Chinese pirate family members, or like the Mongols speaking, or like, and then Vikings speaking, and those are my family, and then all of a sudden like I'm here. You know what I mean? Like they could have never imagined my life even being possible. If you're some old Chinese pirate, you're not thinking of having kids with a Norwegian person. And if you're some Norwegian person, you're not thinking of having kids with some fucking Chinese person. Like, that's way the fuck, like, what? Like, you're not even in the same world. And somehow, because of the United States and the melting pot that it is, I exist. And because my family chose to come here, I exist. And now because I exist, I can do shit and say and whatever the fuck I want. And this is what I choose to say. And this is what I'm leaving behind. So just so you know, if you're listening to this, this is the result of Chinese pirates and Mongols and Norwegian Vikings meeting. Eventually, all the lineage boils down to coming to the United States of America and my parents meeting in California, San Diego, California, and then creating me. And my little sister, Winky, rest in peace, and my little brother, Ulrich. So now we're here. And this is the reason that my little brother is the only person who's the exact same ethnicity as me. And for those of you nerds who are like, oh, my ancestry, blah, blah, blah. Like, I submitted my DNA to blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not talking about that weird shit. I'm talking about like, no, everybody's one percentage. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like the nerd version of this. I'm talking about just like, that's your fucking blood brother. You guys are the same fucking ethnicity, right? So, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you might encounter it at some point. But anyway, think about that. If you died right now, what would be left behind? It's like, I want to leave behind more than a cool car. Like, my car is pretty fucking cool, but like, I want to leave behind more than that, you know? And you guys should too. Leave behind your message, your work ethic, your integrity, what it's all about. At least write a letter or make a video or a recording or something. You know what I mean? Something. Just so it's like your kids and your kids can know who the fuck you are. And it's not just some mystery, you know? It's not just some black and white photo of some old dude in a military suit and like, what's this guy about? Like, there's no personality in this. Like, I want to know all about this, right? So that's what really motivates me to do this long term. I encourage you guys to find something that can motivate you long term to fucking keep recording shit and documenting life, because that's one of the dopest measurements of real life and progress. You dig? So come, crystalline. Not in my eyes, push away. I don't wanna be here for days. By the 38. Now the sun touches your face. Not me, not you. The last one used to. Gonna be me and you.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Yo, please be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell your best friends, cousins, uncles, duck combing sticker manufacturer who runs a cockfighting arena about the Damn Dude motherfucking podcast. And you know what's funny? I actually know dudes in the jungle who run cockfighting arenas, and it's not who you would expect. It's really fucking funny. Anyways, I can't talk about that, but I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a beautiful day. Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.